Alright,
We're good? Moving on. Call to order. Alright, first action of business, finalize 2025 warrant articles,
2026.
2026 warrant articles. Alright, go ahead, you wanna grab this?
I can grab it. Alright, so,
Start with the number 3.
you want me to start with number 3?
Yeah.
Okay, so number 3 is establish and fund municipal and public safety buildings project capital reserve fund. Originally, this was at 300,000, there's a new one, this one being proposed here for 50,000, and that's to come out of the unassigned fund balance. Not to be raised by taxation. And the funds that are coming from the unassigned fund balance, which would be proceeds that came from the auction we had in December of 25.
You wanna have discussions now or after?
Each one, I would think.
Yeah, I can make a motion, then we'll have discussions.
Okay,
Make a motion to establish and fund municipal and public safety buildings project capital reserve fund for the amount of $50,000 to be taken out on assigned fund balance.
I'll second.
Discussions.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Oh, you did that like you had something to say about it, so,
Oh, sorry about that.
No.
Nope, I'm good.
You good?
yeah,
Alright. All in favor?
Aye.
I,
Aye.
Number 4 is one that had already been approved, it's the establish and fund a fire department revolving fund. This would be the sum of $1 raised by taxation. And that would be for any details for the billing for, fire services.
We already voted on that.
That one, yeah, was voted on. Same with number 5, which is the same thing, just police department revolving fund. Number 6, this warrant has, this was approved on the budget sheet, but this is the warrant article itself, which is to establish and fund public safety dispatch software. This is an expendable trust fund, I didn't put it in the line there yet. That would be to raise and appropriate the sum of $5,600, and that sum is to come from unassigned fund balance, no money to be raised by taxation. I know that was, if I'm correct, that was changed at the budget committee though, am I right, GT?
It was changed at one of the, when we went through.
Was it done
Wasn't
last
it
regular, was it done at last regular meeting, so?
It might have been, yeah, I think
think
so.
so.
I believe so.
There's too many meetings for me to remember here. Number 7 is establish and fund fire department breathing apparatus capital reserve fund. This has to raise and appropriate the sum of $20,000. That is the budget committee recommended amount. The sum is to come from the unassigned fund balance, no amount to be raised by taxation. And this would be a new fund for the purpose of purchasing, repair, replace, breathing apparatus and related equipment. You want me to keep going, right? No discussions yet?
No.
Okay. Number 8 is the fire truck and fire truck equipment. Oh,
sorry, I thought you meant within that article, so,
I meant in all general,
yeah,
sorry.
so, chief, is that too vague? Where it says breathing apparatus, cause breathing apparatus can be a respirator for painting.
Got a point there.
This is for SCBA. I don't want DRA or anybody else kicking this back because it just says breathing apparatus. This is to purchase and replace our current SCBA.
Yeah, we could change that. I went away from the acronym because I didn't want
Well, you could
lay
probably,
people to not understand what SCBA meant, but
you can put it right in parentheses after.
Just like this.
self-contained breathing apparatus, yeah, it's,
Yep.
yeah, just adding more to that. And I did add the related equipment because like Cascade, stuff like that, if there's anything else that we need to get that's related to the air packs.
Yep.
I wanted to be able to have that option there.
I mean, it's probably seems like it's nitpicking, but They nitpicked the, you know, Article 4, the revolving fund, which is like, it's like, are you kidding me right now? It's, well, there's nobody doing this, and I just don't wanna see DRA or anybody else kick this back.
So Caitlin,
Am I gonna put SCBA or am I doing the full out
so
self?
for the title, I would do Fire Department SCBA Capital Reserve Fund.
Okay,
And then on the purpose, to purchase, repair, and replace self-contained breathing apparatus, SCBA in parentheses, and related equipment.
perfect. I can do that. I don't think there's any other pieces there, okay. Are we good on that one? Okay. Fire truck and fire truck equipment capital reserve fund, this is the standard one every year. That sum is to come from, or $2,000, and that's the sum that comes from the town of Parsonsfield. 9 is the same thing, fire truck and fire truck equipment capital reserve fund. This is to raise and appropriate the sum of $10,000, this is to be raised by taxation.
Hit the brakes.
Hitting,
We're just moving. So last year, a discussion was had, during town meeting about the Parsonsfield thing. And there was a question about the numbers, the call volume. Is it time to anticipate or expect that number to increase? Cause it's been $2,000 since Christ was a cowboy. It's much like the rec agreement, if you will. And there was a bit of discussion at town meeting about, are we going more often to Parsonsfield? Is this still a viable number, or should we be expecting with the added costs? I mean, pretty sure we went mutual aid the other night, didn't we? To another fire in Maine? Or was that an old post? I saw something on Effingham Fire Rescue,
No, we haven't, no, that must have been an
Okay.
old one.
so it's much like the post
Yes.
fire engine.
I mean, I guess right this minute I can't answer that question, but I could definitely pull those numbers. And
I
I
would
think
just-
probably what I would do is compare how many times we're going there versus how many times they're coming back into our town.
Right.
And look at the numbers and see how close they are.
Yeah.
And obviously if there's a big discrepancy there, maybe it's time to look at it, but my gut says I don't think there is a big discrepancy.
I really don't think so either. I just wanted to put that and prepare.
And I will say, although the agreement that's been in place for years does say for EMS as well, they're not using us as first response for EMS, they've been using Newfield Maine instead. If they start using us for first response for EMS, that's gonna bump the numbers big time. That's when I would definitely say it's time to revisit numbers. But if it's just for fire stuff right now, I'm gonna say it's probably 5 to 8 times a year we're doing it, so it's really not.
Cause I mean, in the mix of all that, I'm sure you're aware that there was a short time that Sockby had lost their license, so they weren't running. So I'm like, is our call volume got a bump because of that? So
Yeah, actually, I mean, should that occur, that's definitely a time where I would wanna revisit the numbers, but.
like I said, I just wanted to make sure it was in the forethought, front of our heads here to be prepared, so. Sorry, Caitlin.
nope, you're
So
good.
you're actually on 10 now. I think you went through 9, so.
Number 10, fire department equipment expendable trust fund. This is one of the increases, so it's to raise and appropriate the sum of $20,000 to be added to the fire department equipment expendable trust fund. This is to be raised by taxation. I had a recommendation by the budget committee, which I put in the purpose, or actually I should probably put that in the warrant, but in the bold, you'll see that it has an estimated tax increase of 2 cents per thousand. Last year, town meeting, so 2025 town meeting, there was $13,000 that was raised from taxation for this specific fund. And that brings it to a $7,000 increase on taxation side, which is where the 2 cents per thousand comes from. Is there questions on that one?
You explained it. I was gonna ask the question.
What?
Hey, Joe.
Wanted to make sure I answered that for you.
What was your question?
That right there, cause this was on the warrant last year, so
Yeah, Because, so what, last year it
Increase
was,
it by 7.
it was 15,000 that was being requested, 13,000 was raised from taxation, 2,000 was unassigned fund balance. So where it's 20,000, it's a 7,000 increase in taxation for the number wise. Any questions on that one, are we good? Number 11, operating budget. This has the budget committee's recommended amount of $2,514,427 for municipal operations. It is broken down that the sum of $2,464,427 is to be raised by taxation, and sum of $50,000 is to come from the unassigned fund balance. It is noted there that just the increase in the operating budget is an estimated tax increase of 18 cents per thousand. Any questions on that one?
Yeah, what is the increase?
So originally the increase was 120,000 and change, but when you deduct the 50,000 that's coming from the unassigned fund balance, it brings it down to a 70. I wanna say it was 70,973 is where I wanna go. I don't have it written down here, but that
So
was the rough-
$70,000 equates to 18 cents?
Correct.
And $7,000 equates to 2 cents?
correct.
The math ain't mathin'.
That math, that math. Know what I mean?
I guess, I don't know. Do the same tax impact that I have.
Oops, backwards.
7,000 was how much of an increase?
2 cents.
2 cents.
And 70,000 is
18 cents, 18 cent, 0.1867. That's on
Can you double check,
391.
can you double
Do the
check
other
the
one.
7,000?
Yeah, the 7,000.
Maybe I grabbed the wrong.
The
Increase
7,000 is the one that I think is, it doesn't seem,
Yeah, 2 cents.
so I
is a
mean,
lot.
you're talking,
Unless it's.
you're talking
unless it's-
100%, you're talking 100% increase, right?
0.17, so 0.2 cents,
0.17.
0.017.
So it's rounding
So-
up in the case when when I do the calculations.
But
2 cents.
0.17,
0.017, so it's 2 cents. If you round it out.
No, it's
no, it's not,
2/10 of a
it's
cent.
1/10 of a cent.
So it would be 0.017,
It's 1/10 of a cent.
right?
I do it based off of Excel and I only have the 2 decimals, so for curiosity, if it's showing 0.017, it's probably rounding it up due to the fact that I only have 2 decimals on it and not the 3.
Right? That's not even a penny.
Nope.
So I'm like, sorry, but that doesn't make sense to me.
So-
Like, that's 100% increase, so 100% increase, if it was really 2 cents, then that means that 18 cents should be 40 cents.
So how do we-
I'm confused, I'm sorry, hold on. You
So-
said 0.017, right?
That's what I said, 0.017.
So it'd be like a penny and 7 hundredths.
You round it off, to me it's 2 cents.
0.0,
0.017. 0.0179, so it's 0.018.
0.01 is 1/10 of a cent. So if it's 0.02, it's 2/10 of a cent. If it was
Yeah.
0.1,
Then that's,
Seven,
That would
seven.
be 10 cents.
that'd be 10 cents.
Well, they all
Because
come
one
out to
penny is
0.0, I
0.01.
went 10,000, it came out to 0.0.
I know I'm tired, but
Like when you look, you have the 2 cents here, it's
73 divided
0.02.
by 391
So
equals
0.017 would be
18.
rounded up to 2.
yeah, okay, yeah. Now that I can see it, that makes sense.
did you say
That rounds it off.
I was trying to visualize it in my head, clearly
73.
that doesn't work.
What's 73?
That was the budget, the operating budget. 73K,
Yeah, okay,
that was the operating budget.
I thought you were doing that.
No, I'm just throwing numbers. Yeah, it's
Okay,
0.2,
2 cents.
2 cents.
Got it, we're okay?
You want me to continue?
Yeah.
Just wanna make sure there's no more questions before I go on.
The next one, we're gonna have some questions.
Pine River Road, alright, so this is to go and appropriate the sum of 520,000. Sum of $237,200 to come from taxation, sum of $282,800 to come from unassigned fund balance. This was changed at the last budget meeting, as they wanted to take, or as the committee agreed to take 12,800 from what was going to be in the dispatch software that was not needed, and wanted it to go towards Pine River Road.
Which is bullshit, because the sum of 237, well, now it's 237,200, it was initially 250, which is already taxed, it's already in the tax base. So why are we deducting, taking 12,800 from the 250? Cause next year, your taxation, your
Tax impact.
impact is gonna be 230.
So that's going backwards, we can't do that, that's starting a behavior of going backwards.
Yep.
If you look at, not that I agree with the capital, everything in the capital improvement, but it was even stated that for over 10 years, that $250,000 for road reconstruction projects is already figured into our tax impact. And our, I'll leave it at tax impact.
Right,
In that number, we should be considering how much stuff has gone up, that should jump to at least 300,000. We're still trying to not do that, so that's,
Alright,
and it doesn't make sense, because 270 was coming from unassigned fund balance, so there was no tax involved in this thing. Impact. Follow me?
Yeah.
there's no increase
No
compared to
additional.
last
there
year.
was no
No.
additional increase over last year.
Yeah, well, yeah, additional increase.
My thought would to be, if that 12,800, it should go to something that currently has an impact instead of something that.
Yeah, the operating
isn't
budget.
put into it.
Operating budget, that would take it down by 3 cents.
It would make the most sense, probably.
It'll take it down from 18 to 15.
So, I know historically, and I know the RSA's and everything else say that this is the budget committee's budget, but these are our warrant articles. They either do or do not support them.
Okay.
In years past, much like you've done with the tax impact, there was and a lot of towns do that, and we did it briefly, where you probably remember this, where underneath the warrant articles, it gave a selectmen approve, budget committee does not approve.
Which still, those will be on here, they're not on here right now, only because of the fact that,
So why are we letting
No
them
one-
dictate the verbiage of our warrant articles?
Or to some.
So, to me,
We should change it back to
we
what,
should change it back, cause these are our warrant articles, if they don't support it, they don't support it. And then we stand up at town meeting, we do or do not justify it.
Right,
Because we're gonna start creating a culture where we're going backwards on the amount of money that we're putting forth, and the projects get more and more expensive. So eventually, we're not gonna be able to do as much.
the tax increase from this year to next year would be more significant.
right, so, do you want me to make a motion? You want me to make a motion to change it?
I don't know that we need a motion for that, so.
Yeah, because initially we had voted
we
to
voted for the
250,
that was our original.
so change it back to 250.
I will do so.
Cause it has no tax impact, as far as the 12,800, you're not doing nothing on this.
So now, the 282.8,
That would also be changed
That
back to
has to be
270.
changed,
It's 270,
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna change
Yeah.
250,
Right.
270.
Those will both
goes
be
back to
changed.
the original.
Can we have copies for this updated budget committee?
As long as Andrew's okay with me printing them off for things, then yes.
Her laptop's out.
My laptop is being fixed at Lakes Region, so I have a loaner one, which isn't connected to that, so. She's been kind enough to let me print from her computer to that one. Alright, any more questions on that one itself? Okay,
Well, let me ask you this, back to the lemon,
211,
should we add the 12,800 unassigned fund balance to that?
To which,
operating budget.
to make it 62,800 from the unassigned fund balance instead of the 50,000.
They'll knock 3 cents off.
I'm not gonna say that I'm not in support of that, but I still would really like to know what we have for fund balance.
yeah, I
Cause
don't
we
know
still
what
don't
that is
know,
yet. Yeah,
do we?
no, I don't know. Mhm.
Okay.
We haven't got anything from the auctioneers yet.
Well, it's not just that, I mean, where are we at?
Yeah,
with the-
with
Without
everything
the,
else, yeah.
without the auction.
Where are we at with the company that we contracted with to come straighten out our books and educate on?
There, I believe he's moving pretty smoothly. We've given him some stuff to start looking at, like the trial balances and everything, so he has that information.
The what?
Trial balances.
Okay.
So once he starts moving on that, I believe he's getting access to QuickBooks.
I'm
so
not
he can
talking about
start-
the auditor,
No, Greg.
Oh,
You're talking about Greg.
Greg.
yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
When I say auditor, they're contracted auditor. This was a consultant. Yes, it's an auditing firm, but it's a consultant. My expectation was for him to check on the books and make sure that, cause 24 is done. We gotta audit on that
Sign off.
with recommendations. So that's, I mean,
Forward progress, yes, but very slow.
so I mean, I wanna know where we're at for 25, how much we actually can solidify, solidly say, this is our fund balance. And then obviously on top of that would be the auction profits, which is very frustrating in itself. It's almost February and we still don't know what that is, so.
Yeah, I've reached out to him to see where everything was. I know one of the properties are supposed to close this week, which is the PK, which I know we were waiting. I mean, my understanding was they only had 30 days, so they should have been all taken care of. I don't know why we haven't gotten any answers yet, but
Well, have them just provide Wesley, provide a detailed report where his standing is.
Weston,
Weston,
okay, I can reach out to him tomorrow. Yeah, I'll do that.
give us a detail for what's been closed, what's each property. Where are they at?
I can do that.
Okay.
I know a few have, but I haven't seen any more. So
Yeah, I haven't either. Okay. Think we're on 13?
yeah,
But that still raises the question that was asked about changing that for that,
I think we're on hold until we have a.
until we have the other.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so 13, police cruiser and police cruiser equipment capital reserve fund. Shall the town vote to raise and appropriate sum of 20,000, this one also has an increase, last year it was 15,000, it's been bumped up to 20,000, as this would be. Utilized towards the annual lease payment for the chief's Tahoe. What?
so $7,000 is 2 cents, $5,000 is 1 cent.
Mm-hmm. 0.012.
It's 0.12.
0.012, yeah, 12.
Yeah, so, yeah, you're gonna round it down because it's under 5.
Correct. DRA will have it, the final numbers.
Are we good to move forward?
Yep.
No more questions on it, okay. Police safety, protective gear, expendable trust fund, raise and appropriate sum 2,000. This has been a standard one, there's no increases on that one. Transfer station, recycling center capital reserve fund, this is to raise and appropriate the sum of 2,000. This last year came from unassigned fund balance, this year it's coming from the taxation, which explains the increase on this one. Any questions before I move forward?
How come we didn't, use unassigned fund balance on this one?
Originally,
No one had mentioned to use it, so I have taken it under taxation.
What's our total tax impact you have right now? 26 cents?
Yes,
Yeah, we'll defer for now.
Okay. 16, change of purpose of municipal buildings expendable trust fund, this has been recommended by the trustee of trust funds. What they're changing it is, I can't read, this is too tiny. So current purpose is repairing and maintaining all municipal buildings and parking lots. And, if this were to pass, it would read as, for the purpose of repairing, maintaining, and improving all municipal buildings and parking lots. This would only be for existing buildings to this day as well, so. Any questions on that one? Okay. 17 is the municipal building expendable trust fund, which is 10,000. This is the same sum every year, no changes on that one from last year. 18, town hall repair and rehabilitation expendable trust fund. This is to vote to raise and appropriate the sum of 10,000 to be added. This is to be raised by the taxation, this is the same as last year, so no changes for that. Computer and network expendable trust fund, this is to vote to raise and appropriate the sum of 10,000. This is an increase of 8,000 from last year, which is the reason for the increase. Any questions? Twenty is the bridge maintenance expendable trust fund, this is to vote to raise and appropriate the sum of 2,000. This is to come from taxation, this was also one that came from last year, came from unassigned fund balance, so the change is the taxation, which causes the increase. 21 is the emergency management generator replacement expendable trust fund, this is to vote to raise and appropriate the sum of 1,000. This also is the same as last year. 22 is the
Hold on,
invasive,
Caitlin,
Okay.
can I ask a question on that?
yes,
I was just thinking as I was reading that purpose
which one?
for the generators.
Yep.
Does the board feel that it might make sense to update the wording on the purpose to add purchasing, repairing, or replacing generators? With the thought being if we have a major repair that doesn't require replacement, but it's more than what we budget, it's technically not part of the purpose currently.
It is not.
We have to run that by the
I was gonna
trustees.
say, doesn't have,
Say that's, they've been monitoring this one as it is, then they have made that recommendation like they did, on 8/17. Sorry. Oh, that's not the right one.
No,
Anyway, one we're changing the verbiage.
16 changed.
They've made a few
Right.
recommendations this year for changing because of the way the wording is and
16.
what the thoughts have been.
Right,
Yeah, they didn't for this one, so I mean, it's. Not that I disagree, but I mean, if they're not,
they didn't notice it, which
if they don't
they're
have an
changing
issue
the
with it,
language.
so.
What did you want to add to it?
The word repair, so that,
Purchasing,
this year we
repairing,
have
or
a major
replacement.
mechanical breakdown that doesn't require replacement, but just a hefty repair. We could use this fund for that
I
purpose.
mean, we've already had a couple of repair things that, on this one out here, like the pressure switch and. I'm assuming that got paid for out of the,
I think it just came out of operating budget,
You wanna run it by,
repair operating budget.
Karen?
But
Yes.
that repair operating budget basically covers the cost of the service contract with not much else. So,
Yeah, just run it by trustees. Sort of like a bridge maintenance / repair expendable trust fund.
I mean, I'll put my my 2 cents in. I agree with where he's going because for example, there are very slim things and, they have to follow their purpose as it's written. So in my eyes, if we were to turn in any type of voucher, if we did have to have a replacement of any sort, or sorry, repair of any
Repair.
sort, it would only give those 2 options. I will ask to make sure, but I do see where JT's going.
That doesn't hurt,
It
we got
makes
time.
sense, actually.
And that wouldn't be a monetary, so it just have to run through by you guys.
Mhm.
Alright. Are we all set on that one?
Mhm.
22, invasive aquatic plant non-capital reserve fund. This is to vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $1,000. This is to come from taxation. This is, similar one as to last town meeting. 23 is another recommendation from the trustee of trust funds, it's the change of purpose for the voting machine expendable trust fund. This would be, it has a current purpose of purchasing a state-approved election voting machine to now read for the purpose of procuring and maintaining state-approved election equipment. So that right there is pretty much where we
Covers all the
have that,
items.
we'd be able to, update and do our maintenance. 24, this is non-monetary, this is, one of the things that were recommended due to the fact that after our last auction, the town has never accepted this RSA. This just allows the selectmen to, acquire or sell land, buildings, or both, provided, if we had another auction, there's few properties we had to take off because we don't have this, so gifted or, bought properties.
Okay.
And then the other two are just, the same as voting acceptance reports and all other business. Are there any other questions?
Nope. Questions? Nope.
No, I don't have
With this?
questions, but I do have, an observation. Because some of them that are coming from here, is Scott gonna ask for the taxation impact? Even though they're not new ones, they're old ones.
I had asked,
I was just wondering so that
I
at
had
the end
asked,
of it,
a few times to confirm that this is what the budget
Okay.
committee wanted. And this is the impression I had gotten
Okay.
after the few times I asked, so,
I
So
was
everything
just
you
curious, just.
identify here in warrants is what tax increase we're gonna have.
yeah. I was mentioned the tax impact
Just
for the increases,
Increases
Right.
only.
Okay,
and that's what I had provided.
okay.
Alright, moving on. Road contractor encumbrance. Nothing from DRA, right?
Nope, sent an email last week, I had not heard a single thing.
Alright. So we have to vote on this.
I don't really think we do,
Why not?
cause we voted to encumber it, and if it's not allowable, then it's a moot point. We don't have to vote to rescind the vote if it's not
If
allowable.
it's not,
I can agree with, I think I agree with that.
yeah,
So just pull it and the 30,000 goes into the general fund.
Okay,
That's my feeling, so.
I would
agree with
agree
you.
with that.
yeah,
agree with you.
I think so.
Alright, cool. Any other discussions?
Yeah, why we, getting bills for Matt Surge on the cell tower from December? I thought that was well versed, that wasn't. I mean, planning board gonna be, the town gonna be getting bills from,
I
Chris.
wasn't sure if that was from, a lapse between, before they got them.
this says December 3rd.
So they were in touch with them that recent, with Matt?
Yeah, it says right here, email from Mr. Bull regarding telephone conference to discuss site plan review. It's on Vertex.
So it wasn't from George, it was from the lawyer to lawyer?
No, Mr. Bull,
Mr. Bull, from
Mr. Bull,
George.
email
To
from
George?
Mr.
Oh,
Bull.
Bull, I thought you said Bolt, B-O-L-T.
And they supposedly they secured Sandella, which is Chris Bolt,
Right,
so,
so why are they going to Matt? That's not the same company, correct?
No.
no.
No. You're on the planning
I
board,
I did not hear about that.
can you bring that up to George?
Sure can. He hasn't been there the past couple of meetings. I don't think he'll be there tomorrow, Thursday either. His mother is very sick in New York and he's
He's still making calls.
there.
I mean, this one invoice is from that exchange,
You know what, let me
That's
have a copy of it.
$319.
Copy of
You got a planning board the 29th?
it. Yep, this week, they're going over, the definitions, 6 o'clock.
I thought
Work
that one-
session.
I thought that one was canceled.
If it is, no one told me. Must have it in my calendar.
Let me confirm before I say that, I know I was asked to cancel one of them. Yeah, that's the one.
It's canceled?
I was asked to write canceled on the calendar for it,
Really?
correct?
Who's sending that to you?
Maureen?
Maureen had asked me to
Usually
do so.
Maureen sends out an email. I haven't received one. Saying it was canceled. Interesting. Well, that'd be nice. I don't mind missing that one. Skip my plan.
Alright, so got that, we make a decision this,
Yeah, so the motor situation, we did get an email back from Primex, it's gonna be about 900 a year for insurance on the big one.
the 58,000,
Yeah, the one that's worth.
but this is a 2010.
This new one just came out today, a little bit more appropriately sized for our needs. It does include a bucket, the big one does not have a bucket. Obviously, it'll be cheaper to transport the smaller one, it'll be cheaper to insure the smaller one. The smaller one is still in the process, so over the next 10 days, it could be allocated to somebody else, there's no guarantee that it'll be allocated to us. But, at this point, I think my recommendation would be to nix the big one, mix it all together, say we're not interested in that one. And put in for the small one and see if we get it or not, and go from there.
Rose, right here.
Next day. I thought I saw you.
Yeah, that's my point, I just had to grab a label.
Chris, what do you say?
Yeah. I mean, we're waiting for some answers, some questions on the big one anyway, so. Yeah, I'm okay with
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. Next, the big one. Do you
Yeah.
wanna go forward with this one?
And how
Yeah,
much
try.
is this one?
I'm sorry,
How much is this one?
which,
I mean,
machine's free.
transport.
we don't have a number yet, Dan's reaching out to the same people that had given us a number on the last one.
As far as the
Obviously,
appraisal?
it's much, much smaller,
No,
so.
to,
Are you
Oh,
gonna,
transport.
The
are you
transport.
gonna look for someone maybe too?
yeah, if I have time.
One in between plowing, you can,
I can't do that, you know, don't you have those handhelds? Talking on the phone while you're driving?
I have to have cell service to do that.
That's right. Right. Alright, so, are we okay going forward with this?
Yes.
Yes.
And again, if, you know, we are allocated, we've got 2 weeks to have a plan in place to pick it up from the day we get allocated, so. Obviously, we will come down to that time crunch, so if we're saying we're interested, we should be ready to pay whatever it's gonna cost to get it here. Obviously, we know it's gonna be less than that $4,000 quote we got, so.
So I would assume this supplier or person has contacts for shipping this.
Oh, yeah,
Worst case, if we don't have somebody.
yeah, so Dan's got his people, Dan Felix, so he's already reached out to get an updated quote
Okay.
based on the weight of this machine. But again, this doesn't require a lowboy trailer like the
No,
big one did, so. It's much easier to move,
car carriers.
yeah.
Okay,
I don't need the money, that's not why I asked, this purely procedural, but our pay wasn't in the last manifest, was it?
no. No,
And it's not in this one either,
no.
and today's the 27th.
Okay. I'll make sure it gets there.
well, yeah, first of the month of next week, selectmen meeting, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah. Any other discussions? We good?
nope, that's it.
Make a motion to adjourn,
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.